University of Oregon, where she worked as a career counselor for about 15 years, most of it in the U of O's master program for conflict and dispute resolution. Prior to that, Hilary was a journalist for over 20 years. Erik and Hilary are firm believers that education is the key to solving local, state, national, and global challenges, and they have been and continue to be dear friends of the Springfield Education Foundation. As Christina mentioned earlier in our program, Board Chair Travis Joseph couldn't be here tonight, but this is what he had to say to Erik and Hilary. Your generosity and willingness to lend a hand has had an extraordinary impact on the foundation, on our students and teachers, and on our community. Your generosity and contributions were essential to the success of the Foundation's Timber Campaign and to record fundraising at Night of 11,000 Stars. Last year alone, Erik and Hilary helped the Foundation leverage tens of thousands of dollars from the timber industry in support of education in Springfield. I'm inspired and motivated by their dedication, and I'm impressed by how thorough and thoughtful they are in this service. I'm grateful and appreciative to have such outstanding people in this community. So tonight, we echo Travis's words. Please help me in recognizing Erik and Hilary Vos as the 2022 Springfield Education Foundation Advocates of the Year. Your name's on it, Hilary.
As everyone keeps saying, it is an absolute pleasure to be off of Zoom for once. Tomorrow night, about 24 hours from now, we're all burning, cutting up masks, and if there's a way to burn Zoom, that would be great, because I am sick and tired. So, anyways, first off, I want to thank Christina and Travis for the nomination, Cindy for your kind words, and Travis for his kind words. Our thoughts are with him tonight. While we're honored, very honored and touched by this, I will tell you that a lot of the work, the real hard on-the-ground work, goes to Todd, Christina, Todd's staff, support staff, all the people in the district, volunteers, donors. Every day they are bringing hard work and accomplishing things, and it shows. It really shows every day. Hilary and I, as Cindy mentioned, we're steadfast in our belief that education is the key to so many things, and it's really the bedrock to help students, develop their goals, their dreams, their ambitions, and how to secure those, and and how they go about living healthy, productive lives for themselves. My own interest in education was shaped by my dad, who was an educator, not only a terrific father and husband to my mom, a friend to many. Before he passed away, he was a teacher. He taught science at the junior high school level during regular school year, oceanography during the summers, and I remember spending many summers, this was down in Southern California, spent a lot of summers just hanging with him, my three sisters. We'd spent a lot of time in his classroom during his oceanography classes, going on trips down to the Channel Islands to get sea life for all his aquariums. And it was always impressed upon me by him how interested he was and how dedicated he was in education. And I remember after he retired, I remember asking him, what did he love about education? Where did the passion come from? And he really likened his role as a teacher. He knew, number one, it made an impact in kids' lives. But he likened his role as a teacher to that as a chef. And he said, you can't force teachings upon kids. And so he said, if you lay out a buffet of interesting things for kids, they will naturally, organically grab it and learn. That's what they do. And he's done that. He did that all the time. I was always amazed. As a kid, that age, you know, it's sort of like you in the world, right? And, but I was always impressed. A number of students would come back and see my dad during the summer, just drop in and say hello. He made an impact on kids' lives, and he made an impact on me and my sisters by those impressions. And it's stuck with us ever since. And he also made it a strong impression. We have to really get back to our communities, all of us. And there's all sorts of ways to do that, but he always made sure that we understood the importance of doing that. So really, it's sort of my dad's impression that I sort of liken to our interest in the value of this foundation. Working, supporting educators to help fund their visions and how they're going to lay out their own platters of interesting foods for students to take hold of and learn from is really kind of invigorating and exciting and energizing for me and many others. Knowing a strong partnership in education helps these kids develop into doctors and nurses, electricians, mechanics, computer programmers, architects, judges, you know, high-tech salespeople, and luthiers like our son. It is an absolute bedrock of how things get done and how to really get kids, you know, out there and launched and happy. So again, Hilary and I really thank everyone for the recognition, but I will tell you, it's the folks on the ground doing the hard work each and every day that are making a difference that helps all of us going forward. So thank you again.
The next community award that we are presenting this evening is the SEF Volunteer of the Year Award. And this is the first time that we have presented this special award. The SEF Volunteer of the Year recognizes an individual who has generously given their time, efforts, and energy to support the success of the foundation. Introducing this award tonight is SEF Board Member and dedicated SEF and community volunteer, Terry Byer.
Situated here. Today, I'm here to honor Nancy Stark. This year's Volunteer of the Year is being recognized for her long-running dedication and support of SEF. Nancy began volunteering with the Springfield Education Foundation in 2015. As chair of the Night of 11,000 Stars Procurement Committee for the last 6 years, Nancy has spent countless hours planning packages, contacting donors, securing gifts, and displaying auction items for our largest annual fundraiser. I've had the pleasure of working with Nancy and can attest to her diligence, never-ending patience, and good humor. Nancy has made good friends and dedicated supporters for SEF and has played a huge part in bringing hundreds of thousands of dollars to help Springfield students. This year, Nancy will be retiring from her role as procurement chair and passing the reins on. She will continue to volunteer in a reduced capacity, advising on the procurement process. SEF thanks you for your many years of service and a great job, and congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I was recalling that it was exactly 7 years ago this month that you came up to me and asked if I wanted to be a volunteer. So thank you for that. I'm glad I did. It's been fun, and I have met a lot of wonderful people, so I'm really grateful for that. And I know everyone here knows it takes a lot of volunteers to put on an auction or as successful as ours is. So even though she couldn't be here tonight, I wanted to give a special shout out to Mary Farrington, who was sort of my partner in crime last year, and it was really helpful, and I just want to say thanks to her. And also there's a few people who every year, no matter what's going on, they take time to help the procurement committee. And so I thought I'd screw up and miss their names, so I have my little list. Terry Shearer, Scott Smith, Micah Adams, and Stephanie Lovedoff. Thank you so much.
There you go.
Thank you.
The next community award that we are presenting this evening is the Legacy Family Award. This award recognizes a Springfield family that has made a multi-generational impact on education in our community. Introducing the award tonight is SEF Board Member Terry Shearer.
Good evening. Well, I did something I haven't done in 2 years as we're all talking about masks. I put lipstick on before I came up. Nobody's seen this part of my face for 2 years. So this year's recipient of the Legacy Award exemplifies what it means to be participating and committed members of our community. Before Jonathan and Suzanne and the other members of the Light family, there were Frank and Dottie. Dedicated Springfield citizens and philanthropists extraordinaire. I have fond memories of Lights for Music on Main Street, and I didn't even know that there was a Shearer Springfield Buick at the time, and then I married him. It was strange, but those people were the cornerstones of our community. They contributed, Frank and Dottie contributed to the Springfield community in education. Frank taught high school music, business, Lights for Music, church. They were members of St. Alice forever, went to school with my husband and his family, and helped to establish the Emerald Art Association. Dottie was a gifted artist. I have one of her paintings hanging in my house, I'm proud to say. Suzanne and Jonathan have carried on Frank and Dottie's commitment to education, the arts, and community by teaching, serving on numerous boards, and being directly involved in the music scene. Suzanne was the director of the Oregon Children's Choir for 21 years, and I got to work with her for several of those years at Walterville. And Jonathan has been a member of Swing Shift, a local big band jazz group, for many years, among many other committees and things that he's done, currently a member of our Springfield Education Board. It is my pleasure to introduce Jonathan and Suzanne and the rest of the Light family that could join them this evening. Help me in welcoming them to the stage.
Well, as stated before, it's so nice to actually see everybody tonight, and I want to start by acknowledging the tremendous work of the Springfield Education Foundation. I served on the board many moons ago when donkey basketball was our primary fundraiser. So you've come a long way, baby. It's great. So, and on a more personal note, I would like to also acknowledge that as a teacher on special assignment in Springfield, I was a recipient of several of the innovative grants. And I can tell you from personal experience what an impact it has on students' lives for these dollars to come in. And honestly, I think those grants fund the things that students want to be at school for. So all those extras that maybe some of us don't think are so extra. So again, I want to acknowledge Springfield Education Foundation, all of you donors, all of you supporters, everybody who makes it work, because it doesn't happen in isolation with just one person. So again, thank you, SEF. So I'm honored to be here tonight with two of my siblings. There's 8 siblings in the Light family. So I'd like to acknowledge my 10 and a half month younger sister, Lise, and her husband, Bob. My youngest brother, Jeremy, and his wife, Jessica. I was the built-in babysitter for Jeremy. So, yeah, you turned out okay, right? And then on behalf of the other Lights who couldn't make it, my sister Amy and my sister Cecily, my brother Seth, and my sisters Katie and Megan. And you do have to go that top to bottom order, you can't remember. So, but I can say for those here and those not able to make it, that this is a tremendous honor to our family, to the things that my parents did. They were dyed in the wool Springfield. In fact, when it came time to pick a retirement center, we looked all over the area. We went to Eugene, we went all over. And when it came down to it, they wouldn't live anywhere else but Springfield. So they're great. And I give them thanks for all of the things they've done to help me be who I am and who our family is. So thank you very much. So before we take this picture, though, I would like to ask my brother Jeremy and Lisa to come up so that we can truly represent our family. So thank you everyone for this. So we don't have lines on it. There you go. Okay.
Tonight is not only an opportunity to thank you for supporting student success through the Springfield Education Foundation, but also to recognize standout alumni of Springfield Public Schools. We established our Alumni Awards program in 2014, and tonight we are honored to present 3 awards demonstrating the incredible achievements of our district's alumni and the dedication of those who believe that students deserve every opportunity to achieve their highest potential. The great work of SEF would mean nothing if it wasn't for dedicated educators who invest so much of themselves into fostering an environment where students are challenged to learn, grow, and explore. A vast number of our teachers are Springfield Public Schools alumni, and SEF is pleased to recognize those who have graduated from our schools and return to make a lasting impact in the lives of our students. Presenting the 2022 Distinguished Educator Award this evening is SEF Board Member Stephanie Lovedocken.
Hello, I am honored to be up here. Just so you guys know, I'm very nervous. Put me in a room of 300 students and I do fine. Put me in a room of 5 adults and it's very hard for me. I am really honored tonight to introduce Noah Van Horn. Noah and I met when he was first starting in this district. We have known each other throughout that time. We've moved schools and kind of followed each other around, and there's no one more deserving of this award than Noah. I walked into our office today and there were a bunch of teachers standing around, and I mentioned I was gonna get to present an award to him tonight, and there was not a single person who didn't say, oh my gosh, that's the best person to deserve this award. He's so great. And you know, some of the attributes that make Noah who he is, he grew up in Springfield, he graduated here with honors, he went to the University of Oregon, and then he came back into our community and he puts kids and teachers first. So there's never a time where anybody said, oh, well, you can't go to him or he doesn't answer. Whenever there's a question or a need, or a student needs support, or a teacher needs ideas of what they can do to best support a teacher, Noah is always there. He's there whether he's at your school or at a different school that year, right? People email him because once you've met him, you know that his heart is truly there for the kids. And it is there for everyone in this district to make the district a better place for all. And he's taken that and he's extended it now, and he's actually teaching classes to future educators and bringing those educators up to hopefully be another presence just like he is within the district. We could not support our kids like we do in the classroom, and our kids could not thrive without people like Noah here. So it is my honor to introduce you, Noah.
It would have been a whole lot easier if I talked before that. As Stephanie alluded to, I am someone who's not typically right there in the forefront of things. Kind of made my way through this district being a support to the people like Stephanie. Excuse me, got me choked up. Like Stephanie, who and like Meredith, who are right there with kids every single day. And these last few years, as Todd mentioned earlier, have been a little bit trying for those of us in public education. And as someone who has spent their career really focusing on the behavioral and mental health needs of our kids, these last 2 years have really been a lot for not just me and the individuals who serve in the same type of capacity that I do, but for our teachers who are seeing this day in and day out. And so I, as much as I want to be up here and say thank you so much for this award, because I feel very honored to be recognized for the work that I do behind the scenes, but it's the people like Stephanie and Meredith who are hands-on with those kids day in and day out. I feel like this year in particular has been one of those times where John brought up the SEF grants and how those bring in all of those kids. The innovative educator grants that are out there and the extra things, those are what keep kids connected. And right now, this year is really exemplifying how much our kids need to be connected to our schools, to their community, and to their teachers. I am just so thankful for the work that you all do, even though we're running around chasing middle schoolers and elementary schoolers who lost a lot of behavioral regulation skills in the last few years. Also remind me next time I'm going to accept an award to take a better picture. I'll be up here. Sorry, I've got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and right around this time of night is when my brain starts to shut down because they got in bed, and so I'm starting to hit that point in the night. Thank you all for the recognition. Thank you, Stephanie, for the absolutely incredible and kind words. I love this district. I have lived in this city. I grew up here. I've spent my entire career in Springfield, and I am going to continue to stay here for a reason. I love this community, I love this district, and I love the great work that teachers like Stephanie, that support staff like Meredith, and other teachers who are in this room right now. They dedicate themselves day in and day out to these kids, and so I just want to say thank you to all of you. And thank you for the recognition tonight. Appreciate it.
The Rising Alumni Award is given in recognition of recent alumni. These graduates have demonstrated potential through professional accomplishments, academic honors, personal achievement, and community involvement. Presenting this award tonight is SEF Board Member Todd Mann.
Hello. I don't look guilty already. I was taught that whenever you should speak in public, you should always start with a thought-provoking question. So my question for you tonight is if Sesame Street were to give an award out, would they be the Oscars? Today it is my pleasure to introduce and honor the winner of this year's Rising Alumni Award, Kelly Mason. In many ways, this is probably the most important award given at this event because it comes with the expectation that you will continue to rise in service to our community. As was just mentioned, this award is given in recognition of alumni who have demonstrated significant potential. I can't stress the word potential enough. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines potential as a starchy vegetable used in the production of French fries. Kelly truly exemplifies the visionary dreams and aspirations of the foundation. She is quite literally the living testament to the promise of Springfield Schools, as she herself is a product of this district. Kelly is one talented woman and is expecting to complete her Master of Public Administration this spring from the U of O. Her success is not the result of luck, but rather she has worked hard and made good choices. She has dedicated herself to promoting access to education and currently works in the Pathway Oregon program, which serves underrepresented and low-income students. Previously, she spent many years working in the U of O's financial aid department, which reminds me to thank the university for the student loans that helped get me and so many others through college. I honestly don't think I can ever repay you. I've only known Kelly for about a year now, but I've already seen her make an impact on the school district in her role in the school board. She is not afraid to speak her mind, to be a voice of reason during some of the most challenging conversations our district has had in many years. It is an honor to serve alongside you, and I look forward to what we can accomplish together. Congratulations, Kelly.
Well, way to put the pressure on. No, thank you very much, and everyone. This is so much fun. Like everyone said, I'm echoing, but it's been so much fun to see everybody's faces and make some great connections tonight because this is my first time at this event. And so I guess so far it's been almost a year, which is crazy. But in my time on the school board, I've had so much fun getting to know everyone, learning the ropes, speaking my mind, and helping make good decisions for the district. My goal in running for the school board was to encourage other young people, young women, people of color, diverse folks to run for important positions and show them that they can make a difference and they can give back to their communities and that you can be young and do it too. So hopefully I can kind of elude that and like show that that's possible by kind of stepping forward and doing that. And so I can't wait for the next 3 years and what I will accomplish and what we will accomplish together. And I want to echo what Noah said. I've lived in Springfield my whole life, product of Springfield schools, and I'm not going anywhere. So thank you, everybody.